this mother-in-law decides to get a tattoo to represent her grandchildren. This mother-in-law decides to get a tattoo to represent her black grandchildren. Apes. And what's interesting, because this is pretty much a slave. I mean, she went this hard. And when you go this hard to get some representation of your grandchildren, wouldn't it have been easier to get an actual photo of their face printed on your arm than to represent them as apes? But anyways, let's talk about the apes in the room. Okay, so Tish Monster, this TikToker, she gets on TikTok and she's had it. She's pregnant now, which seems like her 4th child, and she's just about had it. So she is married. She's gonna be getting a divorce, but she's currently married. She is biracial. Her mother is white, her father is black, and her husband is also biracial, and the husband's mother's white, which is the mother-in-law, and the husband never got to meet the black side of the family, the father. Okay, so there you go with that. But she gets on TikTok and she's about had it, and I do not blame her.
Sometimes you gotta crash the fuck out to feel better, because you know what, bitch, I am pregnant, so I can't do the things I would normally do to cope. I would normally have me a White Claw and and just, but you know, you can't do that when you're pregnant. So I might crash and I might post some here about my real life that might be shocking to some of you, because I have been living it, and I've been like, what have I been doing for so long?
Yes, I am pregnant and I will be getting a divorce. This tattoo is not the reason. It's not the main reason why we're getting a divorce. There's been a lot of things to make me want a divorce before the tattoo even happened, and now that happened, it's just like, he didn't like it either. He didn't like it either, but I didn't feel like he was 10 toes down behind me and my boundaries about it. So yeah, I kind of, you know, too sober for this, lost my shit, crashed out a little bit, posted that crazy ass tattoo for the internet. I don't know, man. I just felt like I was pushed. I had no other choice. I was literally, I thought I was gonna literally lose my fucking mind.
The first issue here is that the mother-in-law did not see anything wrong with her tattoo. Literally sat in a chair for hours to get this done. And, you know, people can argue, oh, she knew, because then why didn't she post it? Why didn't she walk around town telling her, you know, these tattoos represent my grandchildren, etc. And not that I have to say this, but I am going to say it since, you know, I'm making a video about it. For people who don't get it, when you call a black person an ape, or you view them as such, I mean, you're basically saying that you view them less than a human being. We're animals, basically, and it's just very racist, okay? Like, you don't see us as equal to you. So that's an issue of its own, right? You know, mother-in-law, grandma is racist, and the son, her husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, didn't even know the black side of the family, right? So he really is, you know, living her ideals. But here's the second issue. The second issue is that the mother-in-law refused to cover up the tattoo. I mean, like, you already know, you have knowledge that this is racist. You have knowledge of that. And now you're refusing. You want to take the grandchildren, you want to take them, and you want them to see your arm after learning about why this is inappropriate? Yeah, let's watch.
When she first got that tattoo, I asked her to cover it up. And at first she told me no. And I said, cool. I just don't want to be around you. Didn't really say too much about it. The next day, she said, hey, I'll cover up around you. I'm so sorry. I was like, cool. I want to cover it up everywhere around me. Not just my home, everywhere. She said, cool.
Real quick, a lot of people, they are giving Tish Monster some backlash for putting up with this mother-in-law for so long. But I'm not going to give her any backlash here because I'm also in an interracial relationship, and I know from literally day one, there were some issues. Sometimes it's hard to shut your mouth. Sometimes it's hard to be silent. Sometimes you just kind of want to, it's so easy to sit here and to judge people on their screens. Like, I'm sitting here talking about this situation, but it's so easy to sit here, and I realize this, I'm aware, to judge people on their screens and be like, oh, this is what I would have done. I would have done this. I would have said this. But when you're living through it, and now this lady's going to divorce her husband, yes, when it comes to kids, it's always going to be in the best interest of the child. But at the end of the day, whatever the result is with her divorce, if she follows through it, etc., these kids will probably have to see the mother-in-law. I can understand where she's coming from and being like, okay, even though I disagree with this and I have boundaries, okay, I'm gonna bring them over there. I don't have to be near them. And yes, who knows what that mother-in-law is now teaching, whatever she taught her son, now she's probably teaching the grandchildren. I get it. But all I'm saying is that I understand, I comprehend where this mom is coming from, because it's so hard to it's so easy to say, oh, this is what I would have done. But at the end of the day, if the judge rules or if the kids say, oh, I want to see grandma, and it's so hard to force a situation to go your way, even if you know it's the right decision, because of all the other people involved. Okay. I tried to word that as nicely as I could put it, but I'm just going to sit here and be like, I understand. Do I agree? No, but I for sure can sit here and understand. So I'm not really judging. We're just having an honest conversation.
That's not what happened when she ended up moving back home. I would be in other areas of town and of gathering, and I was trying to be civil for the kids, for my husband, trying my best to just deal and not, but nobody was taking it seriously enough. I would go to another family member's house and she would have it out. I would go to a little bar where it's like a very small town. So every day there's like a routine for somebody in the family to go somewhere and have a couple drinks. Sometimes I would go up there so that way the kids could see grandparents and stuff for like an hour. The thing would be out. I'd be staring at it. One day I was just having a bad day, and we were at another family member's house, and it was just out looking at me. I was already mad at my husband because I had to get 3 kids ready by myself for the day and be over there at a certain time. By the time I pulled up, everyone was asking me where I was at. Like, nobody else had to get 3 kids ready by themselves. Anyway, and I felt like I kept trying to avoid her at this place, and she kept following me places, and I fucking realized, I'm fucking mad. You have this stupid tattoo just staring at me. Leave me alone. That's not what happened. And then I just felt like nobody was on my side at all. And I feel like nobody could fucking understand, besides my family, how fucking serious this fucking tattoo is. Like, I felt like I was losing my fucking mind, right? So then I finally like crash out a little bit, and I'm like, hey, I'm not going to be around you anywhere, anytime, without you covering that fucking thing up, right? And she was like, at first, like, no. And I'm like, fine, like, don't expect me to want to be around you anywhere. Nobody else asked me to go fucking around her with that.
See, that's what I don't understand. With this mother-in-law, it's like, oh, man. Cover that shit up. Like, I would be livid. That's why this girl, she could spaz out for a whole year, and I would understand every single moment of it. Because to sit and be in this situation where you feel like, are you crazy? Because what you see is happening is wrong on so many levels. Wrong is an understatement. Knowing how this upsets the mother, and is still like, no. And For the husband, this is a tough situation because this is his mother. And, you know, this lady, she does state that the husband did have an issue with this and felt like this was wrong. However, the husband wasn't really backing her play like she needed him to. And that's a tough situation because that is his mother. I'm not trying to make excuses for people here. I'm just saying that, like, I'm connecting the dots. I understand why he would be a little bit hesitant because that's his mother.
Fucking thing uncovered. All I'm asking is that she cover up with like a sleeve. I'm not asking that she cut her arm off. I'm not asking that she fucking get another fucking tattoo covering it. Just like get like a fucking compression sleeve and cover it the fuck up everywhere around me. Like, the fuck. So my husband's grandparents' like 60th anniversary party is coming up, and like I'm getting asked if I'm going, and I'm saying no, I'm not going. And she's like begging me to go, and I'm like, until you can tell me that you are going to cover up, I'm not going. I'm not saying nobody can't be around kids. I've never said you can't be around kids. I never called her a fucking racist, nothing like that. But if the kids can go to the fucking party, I'm not fucking going. She finally broke down, was like, I'll get the sleeve, I just want everyone together. Fine, whatever. We go, she covers it up, I shut the fuck up, I just mind my fucking business, right? Like, I'm 3 weeks past. This past like week was my husband's birthday, okay? We fucking go over there, not like I popped up, not like I was uninvited to her home, right? And my plan was, I didn't know if she was going to cover up in her own home, and I was not going to demand it, but I was going to drop off my kids and just leave if she was uncovered. I wasn't going to say nothing. And so I freaking bring one baby in, and she's uncovered, and I turn around to get the other baby, and I'd say to myself, if she's still uncovered by the time I walk back in here with this other baby, because we have twins, if I walk back in here with this other baby and she is not covered up, I am going to leave. So I turn back around, bring the other baby in. She's coming out of her room for putting the sleeve on. Great. I shut the fuck up. I don't say anything. I go on about my business. Mind you, it's just mind-blowing that you wait until the last second for me to get there when you invited us over. And
Yeah, she definitely wanted to piss you off, I feel like. This mother-in-law has zero respect for you. I mean, that's stating the obvious, but yeah. It also makes me question how the husband treats her. I mean, and I don't want this to be like a, you know, I mean, in this case, her and her kids are the victims here, but this doesn't mean that she's also not like an evil human being in their relationship as well. So I'm not trying to say, because I don't know this lady, but I'm just talking about this situation. And I do question how the husband handles microaggressions and handles, because this is coming from the seed, his mother. And so this does make me question what other reasons could there be to why they're getting a divorce. And I know this lady has stated that she really can't get into it because she's, trying to get a divorce, but after the divorce, she'll spill the tea. So I definitely want to know, because I'm invested.
You know how I feel, but whatever. And I just fucking lost it, man. I just fucking lost it. I had decided over something else, a little argument my husband had this week, that it was time. It was time. And I didn't feel like I feel like I know those women in that family, and I know that they all think my husband is a golden boy, and how could he ever do anything wrong to make anybody want to divorce him? I get it, they're his family, whatever, but I also knew that they're all over there like talking shit, because I know those women, right? And so I was just like, you need to tell them how you've been treating me. And so he included me, his grandmother, and his mother in a group chat, and he brought up a couple things that had happened over the years, and then he brought up, the tattoo and stuff, and that's all they wanted to address to me was how this fucking tattoo, not the way that he treated me, the couple things that he had said. Yes. Sorry, I'm staying at my dad's tonight. I had to go back and rewatch and see where I was at. All they wanted to talk to me was about this fucking tattoo and how I needed to get over it and stuff. And I was just like, you know what? If y'all are so proud of this fucking tattoo and y'all think nothing is wrong with it, post it. Post to the internet that you got a tattoo of your black grandchildren as fucking apes. And the thing is,
get over it. I mean, look, I don't know these people, but I am glad that she's divorcing him because, yeah, she could do so much better. I mean, the fact that her husband created this group chat with the grandma and the mother or the mother-in-law, yeah, she's getting over it, all right. Getting a divorce.
anyway, so fucking I told her to post it. I was like, if you're so fucking proud of it, post it. I gave her an hour after I said that. And so I posted it because I'm just like, I'm fucking tired of the goddamn games, okay? Y'all making me feel crazy. I didn't feel like he was 10 toes behind me. It was just, he didn't like it either, but I did not feel like he was 10 toes behind me in my fucking boundary, my very simple boundary of just covering the up and shutting the up and stop testing her about it. But I didn't feel like I had that. Felt like I just kept getting little pokes. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I did. It's crazy. I might go back and like delete a couple videos and redo them because I've been a little emotional this week, and for now I'm keeping everything up because it's just real. Like, it's just real as fuck, and it's just what the fuck's been happening, and sometimes you just need to let people know. And it sucks. It's so messy. I am mildly embarrassed just because it's like sucks, but like nobody fucking checked them the way they needed to be checked, and they kept fucking dancing around it, and just I lost it. Okay. It is what it is at this point.
So as of right now, Tish Monster, she had posted a video asking people, she appreciates the love and support, but she doesn't like the threats that people are giving her mother-in-law. People also found the tattoo artist and asked him if he knew, what the intentions were behind it. And of course, the artist had no idea. So she's also asked for people to leave the tattoo artist alone. The internet is doing its thing. But I'm curious of what your thoughts are about this. My thought about this is that everybody has a limit. Everybody has a boundary, like Tish. And, the tattoo was hers. And of course, for a lot of people, just the mother-in-law getting the tattoo in the first place would have already been enough to be deuces, I'm out, peace, bye. You're never gonna get to know my kids ever. So how I see it, I'm glad that Tish is getting over it by filing for divorce. I really do hope during this challenging journey that she does have her own family as a support system. These are one of those situations where I truly believe she was meant to post this, because there's no way that the backlash that they've received from social media doing its thing has not had, granted, let's compartmentalize the inappropriate behaviors that probably has transpired behind the scenes with social media and the backlash or hate that they're receiving, but you can't tell me it didn't cause them to sit down and be like, man, people are really upset over this. Like, what did I... Yeah. You decided to get a tattoo of your grandchildren and painted them as apes because that's how you view them, as animals. You didn't get different... there's other animals to choose from. God damn. But anyways, what are your thoughts about this? My name is Blossom. Let's have an honest conversation. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon on the next video. Bye, guys.